We are at FIL Studio. We have our first interview. Congratulations. Oh my gosh. You guys, the times are right here on this TV, so I've been watching them. We're so used to seeing you three teams win. It must feel really nice. How does it feel?
Yeah, it's so much fun racing with these girls. We are out of the race, we are good friends, and it's so much fun racing with them. And yeah, it was a tough race with in the second round big mistakes, but we are on the third place, so I'm really happy.
Egla and Kipp finishing with the bronze. So how was it? I know for women's doubles with each track, they're deciding what start heights you go from. So how was it going from the men's doubles start height? It must have been nice to kind of be at the same spot.
Yeah, the start house is a little bit small for everyone, but otherwise it's really nice to have the same start height and to compete basically with the guys. And Altenberg is not that bad of a track, so it's easier than it would be in Oberhofer from top, so yeah.
Well, I'm very impressed because this track always scared me very much. But Curve 9, we talked about it a little bit. Curve 9 is so difficult for a double sled. So how did you guys manage to figure out? And is it different because, well, Curve 9's hard because the speed isn't full yet and the weight and the pressure, but being lighter, do you think that helped you through Curve 9, or do you think the men have a better advantage of Curve 9? Does that make sense, my question? I'm trying to think about. What do you think?
When you start faster, the Curve 9 maybe is a little bit easier, but I think for all of the athletes, Curve 9 is a curve you can't do mistakes because then you're out of the race. We tried different lines and it works today.
So this morning, did you think, which lines are we going to do? Did you flip a coin, or you knew which line worked?
Yeah, we knew which line didn't work, so we tried and hoped the ones that will work.
Process of elimination. You say, today we tried this one and it worked. Okay, well, amazing. Congratulations. Who are these flowers going to? Or is your family here? Anybody?
No family here, but we are going home now. So I will give it to my mom.
How far away is home?
5 to 6 hours, I think.
How many days at home do you get?
Till Tuesday, and then we will go to Winterberg.
This is such a nice break. It's like a vacation. You get to, but you're probably still training, right? You still go to the gym, but at least you get your mom's home cooked food. You get your own bed. That is nice. I'm sure you guys will be ready to go next week for Winterberg. Do you like Winterberg?
Yeah, it's a difficult track, especially the down the labyrinth. But we will see how it goes. We will try our best.
You guys are incredible. Congratulations on your season. You've done so well this season. I'm so happy for you. And you look so beautiful and pretty today, and you just drove great lines. So anyways, congratulations. We'll see you next week. Have fun at home. Tell your mothers hello for me and eat their great food. And is there anything you want to say to fans at home in German?
Die Blumen gehen an meine Schwester, weil die hat bald Geburtstag.
Ja, danke, dass es immer die Daumen drückt. Ihr seid spitze.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Egla and Kipp. They're incredible. They're just pioneers of the sport. They've done so well, and they were kind of waiting to see like how the women would do with doubles because in Oberhofer they had them move down a couple curves, but within Altenberg they didn't really have an option. Well, they could have moved them to the bottom of the ramp, but that's not, the women want to compete with the men. That's kind of the whole point as to why we have women's doubles. So they were excited to go from the top. Super cool. So I'm wondering, our time's up here. So it got really close at the end. The Germans just coming up in second. So they were leading from the beginning, but so like they had a 10th in the bag to begin with. So I'm looking at the 42.8 versus the 42.9. So the Germans were a 10th ahead, and then they dropped back. I didn't see exactly where their mistakes were, but their start was slow. So their second run was a third place run, which they're not very familiar. It was 400 slower with the second start. So that, honestly, it could have been that. But they were well on their way. Oh my gosh. I was just talking about times and how your guys' start, you guys pulled first-time starts. How does that, do you normally pull first-time starts? Am I new to this, that you guys are so fast at the start?
No, it was crazy. At the beginning from the season, we are not so good at the start, but now it's going really good.
It's probably the bottom woman because she's so strong.
Of course, yeah.
But I know the Germans they're normally very fast with the starts, and so.
Yeah, they had some trouble on the start curve.
Oh, they did. So that's where it was.
Yeah, Marian get for every start record 100 for me.
Oh my god!
Yeah, I did it!
Oh my gosh, it's incredible. Because the for anyone watching, a lot of people don't know that you have straps that you're pulling onto. So a lot of the power at the start is actually all this muscle. Show them your muscle. Show them what. Okay, that's a full-on baseball in there. That was awesome. Okay, that was exciting. So how many golds have you won? Is this your second of the season, or for women's doubles? I'm so sorry. Wait, okay, let's walk through. Which? Wow, that's 4, guys. That is 4 gold medals. So were you surprised about this one, or did you kind of think that there was a chance?
Yeah, we saw at the training that we can get a medal, but the gold medal in a German track, it's fantastic.
It must feel like, I don't know, it just feels good. It's almost like a little like, yeah, we stuck it to the man a little bit. Do you know this term, stick it to the man? Yeah, we say it in America, like when you really show them what's up. Did the runs feel good, or were there a little mistakes here and there?
In the first, we had some mistakes out of 9, but she did the best, and yeah.
So who's in charge of what here? So you're the start, you're the muscle, you're the little steers.
Yeah, the driver.
I'm the driver.
You're the main driver, but aren't you big drive?
Helps me every time. So when I make some mistake, she's here.
This is the team right here. Yeah, you guys, this is how it works when you have a teammate. You like your teammates, so your success depends on each other, but then you're also living together, and then you're like training, everything is together. So you guys have figured out the good juju.
Just a little bit relationship.
Just a little bit relationship.
But we don't go in holidays together.
You can't. You have to. It's like a marriage. Like you have to. Even when as a singles athlete, it's like your roommate is like this. It's just nothing else like outside of sports. But World Cup leader, you've kept the bib. Does this feel good to wear the yellow?
Yeah, I think yellow is my new color.
Yellow's really good with your eyes, with your complexion. I love it.
I love yellow now.
Yellow's my favorite. Wie sagt man yellow?
Gelb.
Gelb. Gelb ist meine Lieblingsfarbe. I love it. Look at that. That was really good. Okay, so we're headed to Winterberg. Are you guys going home for a little bit? Okay, because I know the Austrians get to go home for a couple days, which must be nice. They get to go eat all the food, but you guys go straight to Winterberg.
Winterberg home. After Winterberg.
Oh, and then to St. Moritz after that. Okay, do you guys like Winterberg?
We don't know. We didn't drive there with the double, so we will see.
So this will be fun. This is our first. Okay, well, you guys have done incredible this season. Forgive me for only thinking this was your second gold. I was like, I remember hearing the Italian anthem, but I didn't know if it was for, like, anyways, there's just so many medals. And so you guys are incredible. Is there anything you want to say to everyone back home in German?
Danke fürs Daumendrücken.
Wichtig.
Wow, that was inspiring. I'm inspired. Congratulations. We'll see you next week. You'll still be wearing the yellow. We're gonna dream about yellow. Everything. We can only eat yellow foods. We can only yellow. Everything's yellow. Bye, guys. Gelb is my favorite. Okay, so those were the current world leaders, Andrea Voetter and Marianne Oberhofer. Really cool to see this excitement for them. Singles, they've raced singles before, but they haven't had success like this, like they've had within doubles. So it's just cool. It's just cool for them. So we are headed. I was about to say we're headed to a second run, but that was the end of doubles today. So let's recap a little bit. Let me go into my memory. So for the men, Egert Benneken pulled out the win. Great 2 weeks for them. World Championships last weekend, and then coming into this week, they pulled out the win as well. So add that to their points. I believe that Wendell Arl and Egert Benneken are only a few points away from each other with the overall. Hi! How are you doing?
Yeah, good.
Are you okay? Okay, Jessica Degenhardt, we showed your athlete of the week, so everybody knows all your secrets now. But I'm sorry for that, but it was still, second place is still incredible. Not what you're used to.
I want a silver medal. That's okay. The start wasn't good. Like I wanted to do a fourth paddle, and then I realized, oh no, I don't do 4 paddles here, and then I laid down, but it was too late.
So you went, so normally how many paddles do you do?
3.
You did 3, but you were going for it for 4.
Yeah, I was going for 4 because I was just in it, and then I realized, no. And I was like, oh, shit.
Well, I kind of admire that because it's those split moments that, like, we were talking to Alex Ferlazzo before this, and he was talking about how when you really go for it, sometimes you win or you crash. Like if you're on the edge, and so it sounds like for you, you were really just trying. Wait, was Cheyenne confused when you went for 4?
She was, and she was laying down, and then she was like, "What you doing?" She was just waiting for me to lay down, but I mean the start time wasn't that good then, and yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it happens.
It does happen, but thankfully for you, this is the season to have these mistakes because it's the first season after the Olympics. I mean, these are like the rebuilding years for a lot of teams, and you have enough gold anyway. You know what I mean? Like, just we could add the color. We like all the colors.
I mean, we had a lot third this year, not that much silver.
So silver evens out the complexion of the.
Yeah, I think so. I don't know, maybe, I mean, a gold would be nice too.
So we've got 3 World Cups left. Winterberg. So I know this is your home track, but Winterberg is Cheyenne's home track. So does that translate to speed for you? Like, is she able to tell you all the lines of that track, or?
I mean, I like the track either. I mean, last year when the World Championship in women's doubles were in Winterberg, we also won. I was junior world champion in Winterberg. So the track's nice. I hope the ice is good next week and in 3 weeks. So yeah, we will see. It's going to be tough, but yeah, that's racing, you know.
I think that's the beauty of sliding. And I was just talking to Italy, Andy and Marianne, and they were saying they've never really slid from Winterberg. And they were saying how, like, to win on a German track is such a big accomplishment because you guys are so talented at your home track. So I think Winterberg will be interesting for everyone, and especially because they can't drop the women down in starts. Like, you'll be going from the same start as the men, right?
Yes, like last year we went from like the lower start, so we just had a pretty long start with like 15 paddles on. But
you raced from that start in Kreisel?
No, we raced like the double start, and then there's the start ramp, and then from down the start ramp.
So at the bottom of the start ramp. So it was 15 paddle.
I don't know how many paddles we did, but it's something like that, and we were out of breath when we were laying down, and the whole track is like in front of you, like, oh.
You're like breathing so hard and making sure it doesn't fog up your face shield.
Yeah.
So what she's talking about in Winterberg, the men go from the top of the ramp, which it's a pretty steep ramp. It's a pretty big ramp. So this next week you'll be at the top of the ramp as well, right?
What?
You'll be at the top of the ramp in Winterberg as well next week?
I think so, yeah.
We want that. We want to see, because the women, you guys are so talented. I just am in awe of the women on double sleds because doubles is so difficult to do, and so we all want you to go from the same place because you're just as good as the men. So I think you'll do great there.
I mean, doubles is different than singles. I mean, the women always had to be like do it on their own, and then now you can work as a team and race together and just slide together. It's so different, and it's difficult at the start, but once you get it, it's so much fun, and I really like it.
Do you think there will be mixed doubles in the future?
I'm not sure. I mean, they always could have been mixed doubles, but they never did. So I don't think so, but maybe for trying out.
Could be fun.
It's just for fun. Maybe someone will slide like mixed doubles.
That could be fun. Do you have any family here today? I know you live close by.
I don't know. They were there the whole time. I don't know where they went, but it's like my whole family here, yeah.
Cool. Well, congratulations on silver. You're still an incredible athlete. You still world champion.
World champion. It's crazy.
Own that. You should just wear this every day, like over your clothes.
Yeah, sure.
Not many get to even touch this. Wow, it's special.
Crazy.
Okay, everybody, Jessica Degenhardt, incredible athlete, super cool. We'll see you next week. Are you going to spend some time at home for a little bit before you go?
Yeah, I'm going to leave tomorrow to visit my boyfriend.
Good for you, good for you. Okay, that is it. So we have a short little video. We had Leon Felder do a voiceover of a POV of the track because the track can be so scary. So anyways, for all the fans who have never been on a sled, this is what it looks like when you're on a sled and you're headed down the track.
My name is Leon Felder, and I'll be taking you down on the Altenberg track today. going into corner 1, the goal of the men's is just to build speed here for the bottom of the track. And going into corner 3, here we can see coming down the lady start. And corner 4 is especially challenging for the men, not so much for the women, because you have to hit the first pressure corner perfectly. Otherwise, you're going to have problems at the exit. Here we can see the double start coming in, and that's then corner 7, corner 8, just quick turns. And here we can see famous corner 9. It's especially challenging for the doubles, and we will be seeing some doubles having troubles out of that on race day. Going into Kreisel, we can see 5.2 G-forces. That's just due to the high speed and to the quick turn. And here we will see a lot of people lose lots of time, but also lots of time will be made up here. And as you can see here, the red flag, that's the most important point. No matter what you did before, you want to be high there to make it out of the Kreisel. Otherwise, you're going to have some pressure to the right, and that's going to not set you up perfectly for these 3 corners. Going into 14, you want to be high at the end, and going middle out of 14 on the long straightaway. As you can see, you go uphills here, and if you steer at the most uphill part, like right here, your sled is going to start to skid, and that's going to be troubles for you. And this is the last corner, the long 16, and 17 is almost like 1 corner, and there you cross the finish line already. And that's it.
Decades. Maximum heating comfort, innovative technology and lowest emission standards. A heating system from Hagasner can be recognized by one thing above all: decades of reliability. Whether pellets, logs or wood chips, change to a biomass heating solution by Hagasner. Biomass heating technology.
Okay, those were all of our winners from women's doubles. Italy in first. I can't believe I forgot they've won 4 golds. That's insane. That's incredible for their first season together on a doubles sled, and you could just see their excitement. Seems like they've really just figured out just how to be teammates together. Also, I'm just loving, I'm going to drop more into this, but I want to point out the dances that they have going on here at the finish. We can see a nice little fan club up there. Looks like they're supporting a lot of teams. But Julia Taubitz. This is for Julia Taubitz. It's the color of her sled is those green jackets. So anyways, we are headed into the women's race. This is the big showdown. The women have been working hard. So the women go from a start higher. So it's about 4 or 5 curves higher. And what makes it different, we kind of talked about it with Alex Ferlazzo. What makes it different is that it's flat at the top. So what that means is you want to keep your eye out for anything that happens right after the start in the next like 4 or 5 curves, because any little mistake is going to stop that momentum from gaining speed. So it's so difficult because sometimes, like, if you're sliding and you come into a curve too early, you can hear the sled skid, and that could sometimes be the whole race because you just don't have enough speed to like push yourself through those problems. So the women, the top of the track is going to be one of the most important, because if you make a mistake at the bottom of the track, you're going fast enough where sometimes it just doesn't really matter. So the women are going to be coming up in just a second, but we're having a great time here at the finish here in Altenberg. This is is it our 6th World Cup, I think? I mean, we're like past halfway through the season. We've got 3 more World Cups with Winterberg next week. And so, yeah, so women coming up, it's going to be really cool. I want to point out to you, last week, Dinah Eitberger won the World Championship. She does do well on this track, but it was actually Madeline Egla last year from Austria that ended up taking the lead. She hasn't had quite the season that she's wanted. She came out really strong at the beginning of the season, but it's just been hard to find her momentum. She I mean, even at the Olympics a year ago, like she was super fast and then she had one bad run. So she's kind of still figuring out her nerves and how to kind of how to be consistent with her sliding. So she knows this track well. She won gold here last year, so I wouldn't be surprised if she did it again. So we're gonna move on with our commentators, with Tim. I'm not sure who he has in the booth, but obviously it's probably gonna be an incredible athlete. Break it down, Tim, for us headed into this women's race. How's it going? How's it going in the booth? So we're gonna move.
Going well. Kate, thanks so much. We're getting ready for the start of the women's competition, and I am being joined by some luge royalty, the newly crowned world champion, Jonas Müller. Jonas, before we preview this race, I got to congratulate you one more time.
Thank you.
That was a fun weekend, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was an excellent weekend. I think also for Yannick, my brother, it was crazy for our family.
Yannick, doubles competitor, 2 medals, 2 podiums over the course of the weekend in the sprint and the traditional 2-run race, and you as well. You had the sprint silver, and then the gold medal. Yeah. It's almost a cliche question, but how has that changed your life just in 1 week?
I don't know. I don't think it really changed my life. I think when I get back to Bludenz, we have a big party. And I'm looking forward to that, but I don't think it changed my life.
You don't feel like there's going to be a target on your back now when you race tomorrow here?
I don't think so.
Okay, women's competition. Let's talk a little bit about this Altenberg track and women, and what do you see happening today? What will be the theme of this race?
I think they're starting curve 3, then there's an uphill section, so the first few corners, I think they're pretty slow, but then after curve 9, they gain speed, and then there's the Kreisland. That's, I think, the tricky part of the track. Yeah.
And it seems all the way down from the Kreisel, right? I mean, the doubles competition earlier today, right out our window here, this 14-15 combination. Talk a little bit about that. That looks like this tight little lane.
Yeah, out of 14, it is pretty tricky. We will see sliders hitting walls out of 14 because it is very tricky, and then there is 2 curves they're going down 15 and 16, and it is pretty tricky. Once you're in a skid, you're skidding through 15.
Couple more questions before we get to today's race, but one of them involves a luge athlete. This now becomes your job, and you have this pressure, and you want to do well, and you want to get World Cup points, and you want your equipment to be great, but is all of this still fun?
I mean, yeah, it is still fun, yeah. I mean, as the older you get, it gets more competitive, and you want to win and everything, and when you're a junior, it is more fun, but it is still fun, yeah.
That's good. That's good to hear. I have fun commentating. I think Perfect. You will as well.
I hope so.
Looking forward to this women's singles competition now, just about 8 minutes away, and Germany, they win a lot. And they win especially a lot on their home track. And we learned that last week at the World Championships, where there were 9 races. Only one of them was not won by a German. That guy right there. So now we have Julia, we have Diana, we have Anna, we have Frabel.
Yeah.
What do you expect to see?
I don't know. I think we will see Germany on top. I think Talbot will win this race. It's her home track, and yeah. I think, but all the Germans say they're fast here on this track. They had so many training runs the last few years, and also this year. And I think it is Germany who will take the win today.
Your teammate Madeline, who won this race last year, she won the qualifying yesterday, the Nations Cup race, easily. Can she be a factor?
I think so. I think Madeline will be in spot in place 2, and I hope we will see her pushing the Germans.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's Jonas, I'm Tim, and we've got World Cup women's singles competition just moments away, so flip it over to our live streaming World Feed race channel for all of the action.